Everybody, it's Monday, another week, and another reason to celebrate because we got a big win this weekend at Pocono. Were you watching? I was watching. That was a pretty exciting race, and it was good to see Denny Hamlin pick up the victory Sunday after coming so close on Saturday. Don't you think? Well, we're going to celebrate today by kicking off our week with another drawing, and of course we have to do a Denny Hamlin drawing. That's why I'm wearing my FedEx Racing hat, and I've got my FedEx Racing diecast here. You can get both of these at shopjgr.com, by the way. That's where I got mine. And look at that. Drew some burnouts for our little diecast here. Why not? We're having fun. We're still celebrating. I'm glad you're out there watching. So let's get our pen and paper or our crayons or colored pencils or whatever you're going to use to draw today. Get them out. We're drawing Denny Hamlin's race car, and we're going to get going. All right, there's Devin out there. Good to see you, Devin. All right, let me take this race car off and show you what we drew last week. Remember this? The Pocono trophy? Well, we're bringing one home. It's probably already home. Well, maybe not. I'm thinking about Frank, and I don't know if he's still driving that hauler home or not. He probably got in already. So that trophy is already back here. We drew it last week, and who would have thunk Denny Hamlin pick up the win? I probably would have thought it. I mean, he's one of the, I think he tied Jeff Gordon for the most winningest, is that how you say it? The winningest driver at Pocono? I think that's what happened. Now, if you were watching yesterday, you would have seen that Denny Hamlin won under the sunset. So we're going to draw that today. We are going to draw Denny Hamlin winning the race with the sunset in the background. So I want you to draw a line like this. And actually, I'm going to curve it down like this. And I'm going to actually make it even more angled. And we're going to fill in this mistake I made with black. So don't worry about it. It'll be the asphalt. But we're going to do kind of an angled line like this. This line I'm going to erase. But our line is going to be kind of at an angle like this. And that's going to be our racetrack. So get started there. Get rolling. I'm going to read some comments. Got Devin out there. Wheaton's out. Wheaton's a cool name. Thanks for watching. Lynn. JJ Joe. JJ Joe's got his Apple Pencil, I believe. You don't have to use an Apple Pencil like me. You can use something more normal. But we're going to do a drawing it's like a bug's perspective on the ground of the racetrack. And it's going to look up at Denny, and it's going to have the sunset in the background and the checker flag. I'll show you what's going to happen. So what we want to do is we want to draw another line like this. And it would continue all the way down like this. Kind of like a cone. I know I'm being a little messy here, but that's alright. This is our sketch. It's an under sketch. So I want you to draw a line down like that. Okay? See how they start wide and then come down together closer? Wide up here, closer on the right. That's how we're doing it. This is our sketch, so just draw it light, draw it simple. Daryl's in Kentucky. Randall, I'm using the Procreate app. What's up, Jack? Good to see you. What's up, Danny? Good to see you. Yeah, we got wrecked again by the 12 car this weekend. Oh, that's all I'm going to say about it. That's all I'm going to say about it. We'll get into that. We're here to draw, right? Danny just pointed out. All right. Now let's start framing where we're going to put our race car in here. I think we need to put our race car somewhere like this. So let me sketch this out first. We're going to draw a little box in here like this. I'm drawing 3 lines. Draw them about in the same place I drew my lines. Okay? Got a sneeze coming. Alright. Got our wall. And now we've got 3 lines. I know this isn't looking like a race car yet, but trust me, we have to build all the world around our race car first. And then we're going to fit our race car into it, okay? There's Jared out there, and Matthew. Thank you for the congrats, Jared. I appreciate it. Really fun to see that win. Denny Hamlin having a great year. Is this the year he wins the championship? That'd be pretty cool, I have to admit. All right. Now, let's draw that race car in there. So these lines here, I want you to draw a straight line like this in between the 2 lines. So I know I got a lot of lines going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this one in purple. So hopefully you can see a little better what I'm saying. But see that pinkish purple line there? That's the line I want you to draw in between these straight up and down lines, okay? And then you connect it back here. All right? So, I'm going to zoom in. Hopefully that makes sense for you. 3 lines up and down, and then 2 lines that connect it across the midsection. It looks a little bit like a bed, doesn't it? Kind of like a bed you'd sleep in. But we're building a box, and then we're going to fit our race car in that box, and we're going to shave away the sharp edges and make a sleek number 11 FedEx Camry, specifically the one that Denny Hamlin won with yesterday. And then we're going to draw a really pretty sunset in the background because that was a beautiful race. I don't know if anybody else was worried about it finishing in the daylight, but I was. I didn't think they were going to get it in, but they did. Good job, NASCAR. All right, we got Daryl, we got Dodge out there, we got Rich. Mary Lou's watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. We're here drawing Denny Hamlin's race car. So I want you to just draw these lines down here and pay attention to my purple lines. Yours don't have to be purple. I'm just showing you what I'm looking at so it's easier for you to see what I'm drawing. Okay. All right. Now, excuse me, my allergies are acting up. On this front box, I want you to come up here. This is going to be the nose of our car. So I want you to curve off that nose right there. Give it a curve. You see over here? If I was to erase the purple line, now all of a sudden our race car has a curve on it. Now if you can't erase these up and down lines, don't worry about it. Those are going to become logos on the wall. They're going to become zoom marks, fast lines that make the car look faster. So don't worry about it if you can't erase. It's not the end of the world. I'm just drawing in some curved lines here for our race car. All right, curve that one. That's pretty much the only one you have to curve. This is looking good. Now for our roof, we can barely see the roof. I want to show you the angle that I'm drawing here. It's kind of like this. See that angle? See how it's kind of crazy like that? Really low angle. You can barely see the roof. So our roof is going to come back here like this. See that? It's just a little bump. You can barely see it. You see how I went up to this line, made a little triangle wedge here, and then I curved it back down. And that's the rear windshield. The spoiler's going to be back here. See how we're bringing this all together? It's a very low angle. I know this is a little bit of a challenging one, but sometimes we have to think outside the box and draw different angles than just the side and the front. You know what I mean? And that's going to make our drawing more exciting. It's going to make it look faster, and I think you're going to like it a lot better. So give it a shot. This is just practice. If you don't get it perfectly right, that's okay. We can try again tomorrow, right? For the bumper, I'm going to make a little bump on the back. See that? Kind of like the letter B going back there. Stick that B for bumper. All right, hopefully you can tell how this is looking like a race car. I think you can finally see it. I can see it coming together. All right. Danny says he watched 3 races on Sunday yesterday. I don't blame you. That was a big day of racing, a lot of fun. Thank you, Danny, for all that commitment you have. All right, remember this line we drew here in the middle? Remember that one? Well, that's going to be the front of our wheel well. The wheel well is where the tire and the wheel live, and we want to draw a U, upside down U, like this, letter U, and then one at the back, like this, letter U, like that. All right? Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to draw in purple again so you can see what's going on. So we got upside down letter U right there and an upside down letter U right there. Oh yeah. I really like how this is going to look. I love this exciting angle. All right. Yeah, we're really almost done with the bones of our race car. I'm going to draw a window up here. I'm just following the same shape for the roof. You see that? The same shape. Just a little bit further down. And I'm going to fill that in black. That's going to give us our window up there. Can't really see it, but that's okay. If you have the option to erase some of these lines, go ahead and do it. If not, that's no problem. Because what's going to happen is those lines are going to turn into swooshes and speedy marks that make the car look even faster. Oh yeah, I really like this one. This is looking really cool. All right. Now it's time to draw the nose of our FedEx number 11 Camry. Devin wants to draw some Days of Thunder cars. That's a pretty good idea, Devin. You like that movie? I like that movie too. All right. Here we go. Let's draw the nose on the car. Can you see that? Well, here's how it's going to work. This Camry has a very aggressive, sporty, stylish, fast-looking front end. And it's going to start with a line across the middle right here. I'm just going to keep it light, okay? Just keep it light. And then that line, when you towards the end, cuts down like this. Kind of looks like a big mouth, right? Big aggressive front end. Like that. So you draw a line over and then it angles down to the corner of the fender here. Okay, kind of looks like a hockey stick, right? If I was drawing a hockey stick, it would look something like this. See that? That's kind of what we're doing. You don't have to draw that whole hockey stick. I'm just teaching you a lesson there, and that lesson with drawing is you can draw just about anything in the world if you look inside of it and you find other shapes that you already know how to draw. See, we drew the letter U upside down. I know you know how to draw a letter U. Hockey stick is not too complicated, so that's what we're doing out here. We're just looking for recognizable shapes. All right. Now, I want you to draw another down angle, and I want you to draw it right about here, like that. Okay? I'm going to draw another one over here. That's all we can see of it, though, is that little angle. So we have two angles cutting down now. A line across and an angle cutting down. And this race car looks fast standing still, but drawing it like this, oh, it's going to look like the fastest race car you've ever seen. And it was the fastest race car yesterday in Pocono, where Denny Hamlin won. Barry's out there. Thanks for watching, Barry. I appreciate it. This is a fun time. You know, we're staying indoors, staying healthy, staying safe. And why not pick up some old hobbies for me and some old talents and some fun and some new skills by practicing our drawing, right? That's what I'm thinking. All right, now I want you to connect these two lines that you drew here. And in fact, you can connect it all the way across the front of the nose. This is the front grille area where the air passes through to cool the motor and all sorts of parts of the car that need cooling. Brakes, oil, water, driver, all these things need cooling. Gear, I think, right? I don't know about that one. All right. Next. What is next? Oh yeah. You see this point here where they meet? Well, I want you to draw another angled line up like this. And you can do it over there too, but I hope you're seeing what's happening here. We kind of drew an arrow. So again, if I drew in purple, I want you to see how this is coming together. We drew these two lines that are connecting, and they're forming an arrow right there. It's not going to stay an arrow, but it's really a key to this design that makes these jagged, sharp, pointed, fast, aggressive designs and makes this car look really fast, even when it's sitting still. Next, go ahead and connect that line like that. Okay? Now we have a place for our headlights. And that's what we're going to move on to next. All right. The headlight, let's start with the top. It's going to carry up over here. And then it's going to come down here. It's kind of making a fin or a blade kind of shape like this. See that? See how it's thin? Kind of looks like a knife. There you go. And that's a pretty good job at Denny Hamlin's left front headlight. That's the only one we're going to be able to see in this drawing because the other one's tucked away over here. The car's wrapping around and we just can't see it from this angle. All right. Next thing, we need an oval right in the middle of this grille. That's where our Toyota logo is going to go. We'll save the Toyota logo for the end, but I need you to draw a nice oval right here. You know what an oval is, right? It's kind of like the letter O. It's not a perfect circle. It's kind of a little bit of a squish circle, but let's just put that there for reference so that we don't miss it later on. All right. Yeah, I like this one. I hope you like this one too. This one's coming together nicely. Thank you for all the hearts and the comments and the shares. I appreciate it. Thank you for your patience last week. I had some computer issues. I got them fixed. Took a while. They were deep hardware-related issues, unfortunately, from a computer crash. But we're back in action here, drawing away, having some fun, keeping our mind on some fun things like racing. Isn't that a good thing? All right, I heard Jack likes this angle. I'm glad you like it, Jack. Me too. This is a very aggressive angle for an aggressive car. Okay. All right, let's see here. What's next? Well, I'm going to fill in the wheel wells with some circles. I'm not going to get too detailed with the wheels. Just going to leave some black circles in there. They're spinning really fast. They're not the central focus of this drawing, so that's okay. I'm also going to start filling in this front area here like this. See how I rounded it? I believe my friends at Toyota refer to this area as the pontoon of the car. It's just a sharp design. If you've ever seen a sailboat with pontoons, you know why people call it that. And then I'm going to draw some lines in here. Now there's a trick. There's going to be a lot of black area to fill in here. A lot of parts we have to darken in, and that could take some time. So you have a couple options. I'm going to be able to do it faster because I have an iPad, but if you take longer, maybe save it for the end and fill it in at the end. Don't fall behind just to fill in the dark spaces here. But what you can do is you can do these things that are called hatch marks, and they're just lines that cross each other. So for example, on this line I drew some horizontal, and now I'm drawing some vertical, and see how it fills in and darkens that area so quickly? Well, that's kind of an artist's secret right there, is how to fill in that dark area fairly quickly. So practice there on that pontoon, you can fill in the rest later, okay? Now up here there's a line running through the grille. It's white because the race car is white, and we're gonna draw that. So it starts right there, goes up here like this. It goes all the way under Toyota logo, comes back up. So it's kind of like a little table, a little chair for the Toyota logo. Hopefully you can see that right there. I know there's a lot of white on here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start filling in these lines in between the dark areas so you can see that line we just drew really pop off the screen. Now don't fill in your Toyota circle. I'm going to leave that oval white, and we'll draw the Toyota logo in there in just a second. Now remember, down here you can do your hash marks, so I draw a bunch of lines in the same direction like that. Excuse me. Same direction, bunch of lines, and then I'll just cross them in the opposite direction. Look at that. See that? And that kind of gives the impression of a mesh or a screen that a lot of cars use on their grills, so that they get air in, but this is kind of like a filter. You don't want rubber and sand and dirt and other things, bugs. You don't want those getting into your engine, so they have a kind of a filter there, so the radiator is protected. All right. What do you say we draw that Toyota logo now? That Toyota logo is fairly simple, and it's symmetrical. You know what that means? Symmetrical means if you cut it in half, both sides would be exactly the same. My face, I don't know how symmetrical it is, but if you slice the line through the middle, you've got one eye over here, one eye over here, the mouth, the nose. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. It's like a mirror reflection. So we want to do that with the Toyota logo. Now I'm going to draw it up here big so you can see what I'm doing. And again, this is just sort of a rough drawing. It's not going to be perfect. But we start with that. And all the Toyota logo is 3 ovals. See? 1, 2, 3. See that? So we kind of have to draw it, and it kind of looks like a bull. The horns up here and the face here, or the letter T. See that? So we have the outside oval. Now we're going to draw one in the middle like this. Skinny oval like that. And then you draw one at the top like this. And just like that, you have the Toyota logo. See that? Now it's not perfect on there, but that's the best I can do today. If you can do better than that, you might be able to, but you need to show me. Make sure you're posting your drawings in the comments here so I can see them. So over here on the nose of the car, we're going to draw it small, but we're going to draw the Toyota logo there. There's one oval, and then there's another one. So just like that, we got it right. Looking good. I'm going to erase this one that's up in the sky, but hopefully you got the gist of it and yours turned out okay. Oh yeah, this car is looking mean and fast, isn't it? No wonder Denny Hamlin won with it. All right. Once again, thanks for sharing this with your friends. I appreciate it. And if you've missed old episodes, you can go on YouTube and watch those. All right, well, we're coming to a close here with the shape of our car. If you want to fill in the headlights, I draw a little circle for the bulb, and then I draw some scribbly lines for the reflectors, and now you have a headlight. See how quick that was? Circle, little bulb, and then some little scribbles for reflectors to make them bright. And then on the number 11, we're just going to sketch that 11 in there, and basically it's just two lines, two skinny rectangles up here on the door for the number 11, which of course is Denny Hamlin's number. All right. Now, are you ready to start filling in the design, the colors, and the lines and the shapes of Denny's car? I'm ready. This is a really good looking car. And here's what happens. This line, we run a line, and I'm going to draw it in orange. If you have colors, you can follow along with your colors, or you can just do black and white. But I'm going to draw an orange line, and it's going to follow the line of our headlight right here. See how it's following under the headlight? And then it continues up here. We're not going to be able to see a ton of Denny's design in this drawing because it's a different kind of angle, but we're trying. Then a line goes under the number and kicks up to the rear wheel right there. Okay, so that's my orange line. And I'm also going to outline my numbers in orange like this. And my tummy's growling. I haven't had lunch yet. I'll use this drawing as some work, and then a little reward for a good day of drawing will be a nice lunch. All right, there's the orange. And that's basically it. That's all the orange we're going to be able to see in this particular drawing. I might do a little notch on the roof, but that's it. All right. Other than that, we'd fill in with purple, and I'll show you where to do that. Our purple is going to be between blue and pink. It's a very distinct, very pretty FedEx purple. Here's what it kind of looks like. See that color? Hopefully you can see that pretty good on your screen, but that's the color I'm going to color in with. Again, if you don't have crowns and things to color with right now, you can just do black and white and save it for the end. No problem there. I'm just going to stay around our grille and watch out for our orange line. And then I'm just going to fill it in with purple. FedEx purple. Now most of the car is white, kind of like the FedEx truck is mostly white. But we're getting a lot of purple in our view here. That's what's neat about picking different angles for your drawings, is that you can show different parts of the car. And if you go to YouTube, you'll see we've drawn the FedEx car several times, but never quite at this angle. So it's like a new car, a new drawing, a new story every time you draw when you pick different angles. And that's how you can really make drawing fun and learn a lot of neat things. Don't forget the numbers. The numbers are purple as well. Just fill in that number 11 with purple. Oh yeah. Jeffrey had to work during the race. We have to catch a replay of it, okay? Alright, that FedEx Camry is looking good, isn't it? Yeah. Now this area up here is silver, so I'm going to pick kind of a gray. And you'll see what I mean. This area down here is a light gray, kind of a silver. So that's what I'm going to do there. That's how the Camry's front end looks on the street car. All right. Now remember I told you that we were done with orange? Well, we were done with orange on the car. But don't forget, Denny Hamlin won this race while the sun was setting. I mean, it was the end of the sunset too. It was a dark time out there as they were racing to the finish line. The sun, as they came down the front stretch, was in the background. So the sun will be back here in our drawing. The flag stand is right over here. And then he's crossing the start-finish line. But that sun reflected orange on the wall, so we will be using orange and yellow again, so get those colors ready. Right now I'm going to mark out where the flag stand is on this drawing, okay? So basically, this first line we drew, remember that line? Well, you don't have to erase it because that's our finish line. And you can go straight up here And you can draw a little box up here because that's our flag stand, and that's where we're going to draw the checkered flag flying. So I want you to see what I did. I started with that first up line, went up, and then I drew two more for a total of three. The middle one is the tallest, and then the ones on the side are about the same height, and then I connected them into a little box shape. Cube. A cube up there. And that's where the flag man is standing and waving the checkered flag for Denny Hamlin. Alright, there we go. Now you can actually fill in this back side of this box in kind of a black color. That's what I'm going to do. And that's because the sun is shining on the opposite side of it, so it's not getting much light to it. Okay? There we go. Now I'm going to draw a little guy up here. Can't really see him because he's blurring by, but he's holding this flag. There it is, and it's waving for Denny Hamlin. See that? Just a little oval up here for our guy with a helmet. Again, we're just sketching it up there because you can't really make him out because it's getting so dark with that sun setting. And then that checkered flag, you draw boxes in every other space, and you make a checkered flag like that. Okay? Now I hope you can see how this has finally turned into a scene that we can recognize. We started out with two lines. Everybody can draw lines. Some people can draw them straighter than other people, but we started out with two lines. We all know how to draw. Then we went to three up and down lines, and we connected those, and we turned that into a race car. And all of a sudden, our whole story came together for an actual moment in history when Denny Hamlin won the race. And now we're just filling in the color, and we're finishing it up. And we're giving it some more life and some more memory in here. Now for the shadow, I want you to draw a long shadow in front of Denny Hamlin's car because the sun is at the back and it's casting a long shadow down the front stretch. So do something like this. Just a long shadow right there. Down at the bottom, and fill that in about as dark as you can get it, because that's how shadows work, right? All right, it's looking good, isn't it? Jeffrey's out there watching. This is the Procreate app, Jeffrey. There are a lot of drawing apps. This is the one I like, but you can use whatever you want, or you don't have to use an app at all. Just use colored pencil or all that other traditional stuff that's just as good. All right. Well, I think it's time to color. We've done a sunset before. We did a sunset at the Phoenix Raceway with Martin Truex Jr. taking the flag there. Today we're going to do something similar. So get that orangey yellow back out. And I'm going to start filling in this wall with that color. Hey, I just saw my friend Timothy out there just shared this with his friend Dylan. So I really want to thank you for doing that, Timothy. Anytime you're able to share my posts here with your friends, we get more people drawing, and the more the merrier, because everybody makes a drawing a little bit different. It's pretty fun to see how yours turn out. So this wall is white, but you know when the sun sets it casts so many colors on all sorts of things and turns them different colors. So we're actually going to draw the wall yellow. It's just the light from the sun reflecting. And I'm going to do some long swooshy lines here. Don't worry about being perfect. See how I'm holding the pencil way up here at the top, and I'm just letting it go where it wants to go to make some cool lines here. Oop, I lost my cap. There we go. You can even do some yellow lines up here on the flag stand. You can do some in the sky. I recommend doing them all at the same angle as the wall. That makes everything look faster. I'm going to get out some orange too and do the same thing. I'll start more orange towards the back and less at the front. There we go. See that orange? Just swooshing it in there. Heck, you could even put some purple back in there if you want to. I recommend that. It just brings it all together. Makes everything look like it's tied together. And by the way, when you put purple and yellow together, those are the opposites of each other. And so they really make one another bounce. Look at this. See, purple's at the opposite end of the wheel as yellow. And when they go side by side, their eyeball kind of makes them jump. It makes them really look separated, so it really makes the drawing pop. So that's just a secret there. If you want to know some other colors that are opposite, you just look. Yellow and purple. How about blue and orange? How about red and green? Those are opposites, or as they call them in art school, complementary. They complement each other. All right. This is looking good, looking good. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do is draw the sun back over here. And I'm going to do kind of a circular line back here. See that? It's just the sun kind of setting. We want to make it low over the car. It's the sun setting over the beautiful Pocono Raceway. Might even put some more orange in there just to give it some more feeling there. Look at that. And just like that, we've drawn our little historical drawing that helps us remember a great day that happened yesterday at Pocono with Denny Hamlin and the number 11 FedEx team. What do you think? How'd yours turn out? I'm going to sign my name on it, and I'm going to put the date. It's always a good thing to do to help remember when you drew it. B-O-R-I-S. That's how you spell my name. And of course the date is 2020. I just put the year. But look at that. Denny Hamlin wins at Pocono. And our drawing came together looking pretty good, don't you think? Well, thanks again for watching. I'm Boris, and this has been our special Let's Draw Race Cars episode with Joe Gibbs Racing. Hopefully we'll see you at the track again sometime soon when it's safe and healthy to do so. But in the meantime, thank you for watching all of our stuff here on Facebook and Twitter, wherever you're watching from, YouTube. And thank you for watching our races. We'll be back at Indy this weekend. Hope to win another one. We have a good setup for there too. Thanks to Jack and Brendan and Timothy and Danny and everybody else, Devin, everybody that was watching. Thanks for watching, and I will see you a little later. Bye-bye.